Hello, today I'm going to talk about a time capsule. The artist is the Silver Apples. The album is Silver Apples from 1968. The label is Cap, but it was also re-released in 1977 by MCA Records. This is their debut album. They are from New York, initially active from 1967 to 1970. They pioneered an underground fusion of rock and electronic music. This is psychedelic, but totally outside of the psychedelia world. You know, many of their contemporaries were flower power, but they were channeling the future in many ways. Simeon played oscillators, flute, did the vocals and some of the lyrics. Danny Taylor played drums, and more of the lyrics were written by Stanley Warren. 7 of the 9 tracks, actually. They named themselves the Silver Apples after the William Butler Yeats poem, The Song of Wandering Angus. As far as I know, they're the first to use electronic techniques outside of academia. They are kind of the Velvet Underground of electronic music. Wendy Carlos, who came from academia, really switched on Bach in 1968, the same year, using the Moog synth. But this is one of the moments where music changed forever. That's why I'm doing this as a time capsule. One of the others being when music went digital. But they brought a different level of technology into the mix. Essential listening. There are 9 tracks on here with some pretty interesting titles. Oscillations is kind of their theme song, if you want to call it that, but it's a great opener. It really sets the tone. They are quite tribal, but I think the drums are very intense in all the songs. The krautrock band Can and the Silver Apples share a groove drumming style, and it really drives the music. Sea Green Serenades is kind of the most Age of Aquarius song on here, so they weren't 100% immune to the idea of flower power, but they definitely sidestepped it a bit. The 3rd track is called Love Fingers. This is my favorite song, I think. I love the drums on this, the way they kind of build. I also really love the changes. This one is all about simplicity. The song Dust is quite spacey, more free form, but most of the other tracks are kind of similar. Good, but more of the same. The pros. I think this is quite hypnotic. If you like that kind of thing, you're probably gonna love this. It is very creative. The use of all these oscillators is a wonder to behold. I don't understand how Simeon can control them all at once. You know, once they start, how does he do this? It sounds very otherworldly. A pro might be that it feels like a wheezing machine springing to life. There's something dangerous about this, like it might spin out of control at any moment, and I think that is exciting. You just don't know. This is also a bit of a negative thing. It sounds like a machine all right, but it sounds like a Terry Gilliam kind of machine. Like it could blow itself apart at any moment. And maybe this is a little bit sloppy at times. This danger is a double-edged sword, I think. It may feel a little uncomfortable for those who want verse, bridge, chorus. The recording quality is a bit lacking, but I find this charming. I think their biggest con is that because of the machinery, there isn't much variation on the formula. It's very same after a while. Oscillators are not really played, they're run. All this creates a certain sound for good or ill. Like, I don't think they could have made 20 albums. It just wouldn't work. Final thoughts. Well, John Lennon and Jimi Hendrix both praised them. They actually opened for Jimi Hendrix. They are highly respected in underground music circles, I think. They reformed in the mid-1990s. I actually saw one of these shows at a place called Zoots in Detroit. It was a coffee shop, but more an art gallery or hipster lair. There were maybe less than 50 people at the concert. It was one of those experiences where you weren't really sure what to expect. I think the music was good overall, but I remember thinking that it seemed a little bit out of touch. You know, they had on tie-dyed shirts, hippie sort of look, on aging rockers kind of vibe. I'm sure you know what I mean. But anyway, I think this first album is gold. It's experimental, it's daring, it's just great. The link is below, but that's all I got for this one. If you have anything to say about the Silver Apples, you can put that below. Take care, have a good day.